sanctification is like the Lord is so kind to us that he allows things to heal in increments. Because like, think about the fact if he pruned every single thing in 1 week, he understands our humanness. He created us. We were made in his image. He knows what we need. He knows when we need it. He knows how we need it. And it's in his timing as well. So I think I always say too, that's been the joy of this podcast is the Lord had said to me at one point, he was like, I need people to watch you be sanctified. I need people to see what this looks like, because I think you have people that all of a sudden they're talking about the Lord and they don't ever talk about how they got there. They just pop up and they just seem like they're doing it right. And it's like, but like what? And so I'm very raw on here where I share about, hey, gotta repent. I did this. Hey, gotta talk to y'all. I'm really struggling with this. You know what I mean? Because I think it's also, people can get this falsified idea that after you give your life to the Lord, things are either rainbows and butterflies, which is 100%, and you have to die every day. Like, it's like you know what I mean? It's like a double-edged sword.
It's like, it's great, but then die.
But then die every day.
It's great, but no, you actually have to die. You think you're on the right? No, die.
Literally, though. And, like, that's the thing, is talking about that consistently for people. So, like, that's why, one, I love his grace on your life, but also the way that your story, because it is what it is going to be impactful for so many people. Because I think that's what we see a lot of, even unintentionally, is lukewarm Christians that don't even know they're lukewarm. So I think that's like why my heart, I feel like a deep like connection to you in that way, because it's like, for me, I didn't even know I was lukewarm when I was lukewarm. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
yes.
Do you know? You're like, oh, okay, like I'm doing the things right. Like I'm going to church, but then
you don't care. It's like that's the hardest part of your life. Actually isn't hard. You're not going through trials and tribulations.
Correct.
You don't have all this persecution on you. So if I'm chilling with God, I'm going to church, and all the other areas of my life are falling into place, that's like the most, like, that's where I feel like Satan is most dangerous.
For sure, because you're comfortable.
It's like the comfort of like, it's like exactly what you're saying. You can literally be having the most heartwarming moments on a Sunday, but then you're also having some incredible moments on a Friday night and a Saturday night, and it doesn't matter how you wake up because you're right with God on the Sunday.
God's got me. He'll forgive me.
And it's like that continual, it's like, I mean, I said it at the last worship night or last event, but it's like you're continually looking at him on the cross. And it's just such a brutal way to say it, but his death wasn't pretty. It was brutal.
100%.
Of it's like, no, Jesus, just like stay up on that cross like a little bit longer. It's like, just give me until like college is over, hang up on there, because I actually don't want to die to my sin yet, so you can't die yet. You actually need to suffer on that cross longer. It's like when I like literally think I had a dream of that. It was last spring. And I remember like kind of explaining myself to that when I was still living in a lot of stuff that I know I shouldn't have. I like truly don't even know where that kind of picture came from.
The Lord.
But it's like, wow, how much longer am I going to watch him sit on the cross for my pleasure? Like, if you truly believe him, why not go all in? Like,
and I think it's like the believe, and it's the concept of love and what love really looks like. And I think because we say, you know, oh, I love the Lord, I love Jesus, I love God, like I'm a child of God, and I have a whole thing I go down where I'm like, there's a difference between being a creation of the Lord and being a child of the Lord. They're different, you know, and I think we can catch ourselves in thinking that we love the Lord, but it's unintentionally become a way for like, what can you do for me, not what can I do for you. You know, I think you see that a lot in American Christianity of like, oh, my blessings, prosperity, like this, that, and the third. Like, do you know Paul was in prison writing these letters? He wasn't sitting in a nice 5-bedroom home with perfectly painted walls and this really nice BMW out in the parking. Like, he wasn't doing that. And also, oh, you have all this money, so you're a millionaire as a Christian, but you're not tithing 10% minimum to your church?
yeah.
You're not really laying down your life for your brother, as it says in the Bible, because I think if we took these words actually for truth and for seriousness and for what he says that they are, I think the world would look very different, especially with like the concept of what we have here as like whether it's in America or in the UK, like money wise, what we have in the American church. And you look at the church, Big C, like that's what I love about what you do. You guys talk about like the Big C church of these other places that are poor. We're supposed to love the poor, the needy, the sick, all in Matthew. I was in Matthew today. I was reading about that, where it's like, what are we really doing? Because like, how can I as a Christian say I love the Lord, say these things, but then in my actions, I see somebody on the side of the street and I immediately get irritated, bitter, assume you're on drugs, assume you're doing, you know what I mean? Do you think Jesus is doing that? Also, it's not up to you to judge that person's heart. You don't know their heart. All God calls you to do is to love them and show up for them. He doesn't ask you to try to decide how they got there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's the struggle that we see is, one, people have their own definition of love and not a biblical definition of love. So they don't even know how to love Christ or accept the love of Christ because they don't even know what love really looks like. You know? Sorry, I just went on a quick little preaching session, you know?
That's, hey, I'm all here for it. I'll shut up the entire time because it just constantly reminds me, like, I won't say hate, but I do hate it when the whole reason why I talk the way that I do and why literally there's not a person that I'm not fully transparent with is because it drives me insane to think that people may, I'm not saying they do, I'm saying, but obviously if you're a leader of a movement, not just like but if you're a leader of a movement, you're a leader of a church, you're a leader of a ministry, you have this preconceived notion of them. Yeah. But it's like, how transparent, like, are we really being? And I feel like a big realization of like what drives people away from the church or what drives people away from their family that may say they love Jesus is because when they grow up, like you hear this saying, the more that you get old, like the older you get, the more broken you realize your parents were, the more broken you realize church leaders are. It's like, wait, why couldn't we instill that from the beginning of we are broken people, but we are constantly dying to our desires, constantly dying to that, consecrating ourselves and following the Lord. And I feel like that would rid of a lot of these preconceived notions. But it's to go back to what you were saying about the homeless or the widow or the orphan. It's like, it talks about widows and orphans in Matthew, I'm pretty sure. All the time. Yeah. And you don't think like that convicts me? Like, how many times do I drive, not even purposefully? It's almost like the problem for us,